This man is known for being the kind of person who notices even the tiniest things, small vibrations, faint whispers, or any unusual change inside his home. But lately, these signs have been happening so often that they're impossible to ignore. He says it all started with mysterious noises in the middle of the night, but now the disturbances have grown bolder, even showing up in broad daylight. That's when he began recording everything, hoping to gather real evidence of whatever seems to be haunting his life.
For photos, it's even easier than it sounds. Camera, get your picture. As it would have in 1901, when a servant of good stature would want it.
Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, no. No freaking way.
The video opens in the dining room, where a wooden chair can be seen slowly sliding a few inches across the floor, as if something invisible is pushing it. In the next clip, a camera set up in the kitchen captures the moment a drawer gradually pulls open, moving steadily as though an unseen figure is tugging on it. The final part shows a wall sticker in the living room suddenly peeling off and curling downward without anyone touching it. Mike explains that all three strange events happened within just a few days. And although none of them seem dangerous, the rising intensity of these occurrences has him growing increasingly uneasy, wondering how far this supernatural activity will go. Henrique decided to record that night after his young daughter admitted she had heard strange tapping sounds coming from the cabinet as she was trying to fall asleep. Wanting to reassure her and prove that nothing unusual was going on, he turned on his phone's camera. In the stillness of the room, Henrique slowly aimed the lens toward the cabinet, right next to where his son usually slept, to see if anything out of the ordinary would happen.
O que vocês fariam? Se vocês viram na cabeça, eu juro por Deus, eu vi negócio preto aqui do lado da... Até acordou, cara. Cadê?
At the beginning of the recording, everything looks completely normal, just a dark room filled with silence. But suddenly, a shadow darts across the window beside the bed, moving far too fast and at a height that makes no sense for anything outside. Moments later, a loud bang echoes through the entire room, startling Henrique and sending him to his feet. He rushes to the window, but when he looks outside, the area below is completely empty. No one is there. And since the room is on the second floor, it would be impossible for any person or animal to pass by. Henrique freezes in place as the camera keeps rolling. He tries to make sense of what he just witnessed. That shadow shouldn't exist. And yet he saw it clearly, gliding just inches from where his son had been sleeping that night. On November 14th, 2025, a woman named Sydney stayed at an Airbnb with her beloved dog while attending a weekend wedding. At first, everything seemed completely normal until her dog started acting strangely. No matter the time of day, he would always stop at the same spot on the stairs and stare downward, frozen, as if an unseen presence were staring back at him every single day.
So I wanted to show you guys some footage of my dog with these stairs. Again, she's been doing this ever since we got here, every single day. It's usually at different times, so it'll be pretty sporadic on when she does this. But the first time my sister actually, when she was out running an errand with my niece, she came home and she was like, oh my God, what is she doing right now? And I ran over from the kitchen and literally this is her. Like she's just standing here kind of sniffing around, just very, very focused and very like something is definitely making her like very interested. Like she just seems so like locked in on these stairs. It was super weird. But then I started noticing it too, like at random times of the day and night. So here's another clip that I got of her doing it. This is when I had seen her like walk over to the stairs, and then I was in the living room watching TV, and there she is again, just back at it, just sniffing around, kind of standing there. And then this clip right here, this one really freaked me out. So I kind of knew that it was happening because it had gotten really quiet. She left my side. I was in my room in bed, about to go to sleep, and I just, lo and behold, see her, like walk over and see her. And she was so locked into the stairs this time around. It was so spooky, guys. Like, honestly, I literally at this point, I was like, I need to ask this landlord, like, what is going on? Cause yeah, I had to definitely let him know, because I had no idea at this point what was going on with her. But yeah, so.
After viewers noticed her dog behaving strangely over and over, many suggested that Sydney check under the stair rug to see if something was hidden there. But when she lifted the rug, everything appeared completely normal. That's when she began to realize what might actually be capturing her dog's attention. Something that had him staring with such intense focus.
Okay, so I think I figured out why my dog just is always hanging out right here. So I just found a door back here. So I don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I think it's something that's underneath. So I tried to check, but the door is locked. Obviously it's an Airbnb, so they lock a lot of the doors up, but so yeah, I don't think that it's what's on the stairs, like what I initially thought. I think it's what's below. I want to find out at this point.
At the bottom of the stairs, tucked out of sight, Sydney discovered a door leading down to the basement. She quickly realized that this was what her dog had been staring at every time he froze on the steps. The door was locked and wouldn't budge, but she then noticed a gap at the bottom wide enough to slip her phone through. Quickly, she placed the camera under the door, ready to capture whatever unexpected event might occur.
So this is the switch. You guys can see their light is on right there. I'm wondering. Just there's something right behind the door. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, did that just happen?
As she slipped her phone under the door, the basement floor looked quiet and empty. But the moment she pulled the phone back, a figure suddenly appeared, rising up from the other side with a shocking movement. Terrified, Sydney ran to another corner to get away. That night, strange noises continued to echo throughout the house, and she managed to capture something far more terrifying on video.
Up in this corner of the house right now, me, my sister, my niece, we're renting out this Airbnb for a wedding this weekend, and we were just out walking my dog. And when we came in, we heard Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
The sound of footsteps could be heard coming up the stairs. When Sydney turned to look, her dog's leash suddenly shot up into the air, as if pulled by invisible hands. After witnessing this terrifying paranormal activity, she quickly sent the footage to the property owner, asking if anyone else lived there. But judging by her dog's reaction, it was clear this was no ordinary human presence.
Okay, so I sent the video to the landlord of the Airbnb. And hold on, let me turn on the light. Okay. I sent the video to the landlord of the Airbnb asking, like, hey, is there someone else renting it out as well as us or what? Because there's a room under the stairs that we can't get into. It's locked. So I didn't know. And basically he was like, no, you guys are the only ones that are in the Airbnb right now, like booked out for the week. So, okay. Kind of feel relieved, in a way, because I think it would be really weird and kind of creepy if there were people staying there as well that we didn't know about. But yeah, he didn't seem worried at all about it. So we'll see.
But the terror wasn't over. The very next night, something even more frightening happened. Watch closely.
Scary. Okay. Okay, every time we've knocked before, this doorknob would turn a little bit.
As she tried to slip her phone under the basement door, something suddenly grabbed it, yanking it forcefully and dragging it so that it slowly tumbled down the stairs. Strangely, the phone stopped moving as soon as it reached the bottom of the stairs, remaining completely still for several seconds. Then, as if pulled by invisible hands, it suddenly tumbled down the rest of the stairs. Even more unsettling, after landing flat, the phone began to spin on its own. Then, like a scene straight out of a horror movie, it stood upright, pointing toward the basement door before finally collapsing again. Shaken and terrified, she immediately contacted the host. Shortly after, he arrived, unlocked the door, and retrieved the phone. Using her sister's device, she recorded the aftermath of the events that followed.
But there's no reason for me to go that way. But I'm waiting to start hearing things from coming underneath my house. That's it. I'm out of here. Going to do the door. Okay, well, door two, it's creepy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Somehow, her phone was dragged through the large gap at the bottom of the door all the way to the bottom step. Strangely, the property owner didn't seem concerned when he received the video, almost as if he knew more than he was willing to admit, raising the big question: what exactly is happening inside this Airbnb? Like many other unsettling paranormal videos, this incident remains an unsolved mystery. A woman known online as Bulldog Mom was casually watching a Mr. Balin story on her phone while standing in the kitchen when she suddenly heard her daughter screaming from the living room. This unexpected moment instantly changed the atmosphere, making everything tense in an instant. See for yourself.
Mother. I don't know what's going on. The f was that?
What unsettles her the most is that these strange sounds only occur when she is completely alone. They never happen when relatives or guests are around. After she uploaded the footage, the internet quickly filled with speculation. Some suggested the noises might be from a ghost trying to get her attention, while others stressed the importance of investigating the house's history, perhaps old trauma or lingering paranormal energy left behind a haunting. The part that truly makes her spine tingle is that the sounds come with no rhythm, no warning, as if they appear out of nowhere. She has already contacted a medium to find out whether a spirit, or even a demonic entity, is trying to communicate with her, and what its intentions might be. Until she gets answers, her phone stays close, ready to capture the next surge of supernatural activity. For 8 years, a woman had lived in the same house. Yet, despite all that time, the strange paranormal activity inside still managed to shake her to her core. This clip serves as another reminder of why she has never truly felt safe from the disturbances that seem to constantly haunt the place. She begins recording while seated, pointing the camera toward the doorway ahead, sensing the presence of something. A familiar warning that the house was about to stir and shake once again. Soft, subtle knocking sounds began to echo down the hallway, gentle yet relentless, repeating in a chilling rhythm. Slow and deliberate, it was as if an unseen presence was carefully trying to get her attention from somewhere deep within the house. She froze for a moment before rising, gripping the camera tightly as she walked down the hallway toward the front room. With each step, the knocking grew fainter until it stopped completely when she reached the end of the hall. The silence that followed felt thick and unnatural, as if the entire house was holding its breath, waiting for her next move. We don't know what happened after that, but hopefully she took steps to cleanse or banish the increasingly strong supernatural presence surrounding her. This clip was recorded by two urban explorers as they navigated an old, long-abandoned hospital, infamous for its dark history and intense paranormal activity. While making their way through the decaying hallways, they captured something truly shocking, something they never could have imagined encountering.
어디였어요?
원래 병원에 있었던 곳이야?
네, 저 원래 몸이 안 좋아서. 근데 지금 사람들 다 없어졌어요.
이러다 어디 간 거예요?
저 방금 깼어요. 원래 병원에 계셨어요? 네? 저기요! 저기요!
Could it have been someone trying to prank them inside the haunted building? Or does this raise an even more terrifying question? Who, or perhaps what, were those figures standing in the hallway of an empty, supposedly abandoned hospital?